Oh, cabal detractors, you failed. You've more than failed. You were, however, a stepping stone in helping me hone my ascent in dealing with infernal politics, sharpening my tongue. Every time you're there to take the route of demonizing us for social validation and to be socially relevant to some dumbass thread, such as in Bowed forums, you're literally giving me the fucking opportunity to not only prove you wrong, but to show the stupidity in your community and its lack of knowledge. Since I've seen so many, like Christian, trying so overtly hard to prove what little intelligence they have in the demonization fad, don't be surprised if your identity gets exposed along with who you are and the people you're hindering have their way with you. For the onlookers, as I've stated before, if you see a name brought up here, it's more than likely because they don't want to let us teach what we know in peace and have proven themselves beneath even the JCI who preach and scream about sorcery. So I've been using this bullshit to my advantage, robbing them of all complaints they have, along with exposing their ignorance to all who's interested. I'm doing this so that when more advanced techniques come forward, I and others can teach what we know in peace without some weak Western sorcerer spreading fallacy and corrupting every form of fucking spirituality they touch. And you can absorb the information without false perceptual bias or weaknesses spread through our dull minded detractors. So be patient, let them play all their cards as they have. Their idiocy will be seen, like all the people who kept getting fucking exposed, people who kept being deceived by it, like Bouge and Dan Updike and many others who were deceived by the stupidity during my observe, assess, and, destroy, each fool after the next. I found there is not factual nor logical argument around Mejarai and its practices, so it's always baseless hearsay bullshit or the classic JCI tactic shaming, such as screaming cult this or that, or that we worship Somnus, same tactic people pulled with Al Hazred or at least a Crowley. It never fails for the fucking weak of mind to step forward with their stupidity. So far, main detractors have been people trying to seek social relevancy or to feel included, like James Staples did after praising the work, after applying it, talk shit in forums, that they thought was private. It's that lack of spiritual alchemy because their ego says, hey, ride that fad to be noticed. Sadly, most have been the ones thrown out because they tried to either enslave or use sorcery on someone that was an ally. Due to lack of accountability, blamed other people. Now, like fucking Christian, who still hides behind fake profiles, pulled his classic surface every couple of months, sucking any cock he can, looking for an audience in vouch forums. He even said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go through everything with a razor," admitting his lies and discrediting himself, which was posted publicly on our pages. So he stopped using the Sladen name, and like most failures trying to don a new name, there he goes again to bound forums. Not saying all of the authors there are bad, but they go there because the forum is a little shit show of mental retardation and speculation on spirituality all day. Getting their shit stolen by people and put in books. Some people have come to us from Bao seeking information and have found it to be wrong, and they have to deal with the idiotic people who use them to listen to them as fucking meat shield or while they weave more bullshit, that's on the level of false rape accusations with this generation of so-called fucking practitioners. You know, these got so ridiculous at this point. A rumor we were in jail and the AGM was in jail because we took a reprieve on social media during October, catering to our apotheosis like we're fucking supposed to be doing. So this was pretty fucking hilarious. to us both how desperate Christian and the others have become. So if you see it, like I said, you have no obligation to defend the cabal. Simply silence misconception. If they were talking shit in a forum, let them. We know they need it to make themselves feel better. They need their group therapy sessions more than you could imagine. The fucking cognitive dissonance is their only defense mechanism because deniability is easier than the acceptance of the realization you gave yourself to black magic, betrayed it and the spirits who are now hollowing them out, sacrificing their vital essence slowly. Now, as for updates with the videos, this is why I let them exhaust all their bullshit so I wouldn't lose focus. People can discuss it, without jackasses creating bias, like I said, on false perception or resentment because they failed and are dying slow, like most Western sorcerers. They're blind and can't see it nor want to accept it. Now they have nothing left to attack but what we personally, draw the attention of my ancestors. So, which is, fine by me. Attack my personality and all other bullshit all you want. But the thing is, people remember about the videos. Remember, before we weren't going to do all this, it was simply going to be ritual music and perhaps explaining certain rituals. So don't form any habitual sorcerer's entitlement of the videos. I mention this because Disciple Postulate was upset, impatient, and had the same egotistical entitlement and ended up bound with our detractors in Haiti. So, yeah, there's a definite method to my madness. Be patient. There's a war, and a spirit megachurch pastor magician who fancies himself responsible for my healing, you know, because damn my family priest training and damn my many years of knowledge and execution. They wanted to feel included for social relevancy by attacking us, defacing us, and speaking about us for sheer fucking social validation to find purpose. But now they found purpose in being sacrificed and brought to Haiti to fuel this fucking current. Now, then a group of rejects wanted to start and act as if they didn't try to start drama. So we've been balancing out fucking them up along with our duties with the videos. I know some are tired of me stomping on them, but it's necessary due to how stagnant people are. They were randomly believing detractors in the past because we took the more mature route and ignored them. So now I'm to the state that I'll always want to leave you with some form of knowledge to contemplate on while I release the scheduled videos. That's it's that's what it's going to be from now on. So lastly, to our weak-minded detractors, you'll never win any debate or deface us with lies, hearsay, shit talk, and false knowledge about a path you know nothing about. all that all that I've countered your claims with simplistic analogies and comparative reasoning because you lack basic common sense and factual knowledge about us, about me, about the current, and all you have left is weak subversive commentary and ad hominem attacks. I realize you're trying to save face and recover your ego and pride, but it's been destroyed along with all that you are. And lastly, to the megachurch pastor magician who has deluded himself into thinking he's responsible for my success with sorcery, my healing, let me be clear. I, my family priest, ancestors, and Mea Jedi are responsible. You have not cured a disorder which I was born with. Please do more fucking research so you won't look like a fucking idiot in the process due to the timeline of my healing. Being different. That shit was debunked and addressed in Fallacy and Insight series. So it's going to take more than newsletters and weak scripted subversive commentary and posturing to combat a creature like me, along with weak fucking bindings with pictures and videos I've spiritually laced with poison. This is why your business is failing. This is why Azazel didn't answer your call. And like a good megachurch pastor magician, you tried to spin it with a half truth. This is why you're having to slash your prices and beg for fucking money on Patreon. This is why you're reinitiating your boot camp for weak Catholics and Christians who are gullible enough to believe the aesthetic fraud that you are. All of it could have been avoided had you not tried to bring us drama and shit talk, then speak further out against it and be a fucking hypocrite, further trying to profit and misrepresent not only my people, but the cabal's knowledge. We're going to continue to grow, and you already had your fucking God self sacrifice for challenging another family member of mine. He fed you to Haiti just like I did with the rest of you, for having the audacity to claim credit for my transfiguration. In turn, you'll learn to watch that fucking subversive commentary of yours. And remember whose family fucked you up every time you put your makeup on in the mirror. And why you have to tweak to appear before you appear on camera. And it doesn't look like my tongue is very bound, now does it? Making all these weak subversive threats. Motherfucker, you aren't killing anything but time. That is all. That is all you're doing. Now, to future enemies, using us to remain socially relevant or for validation is literally only going to get you hurt. People seem to have this idea we're trigger happy sorcerers. You know, sorcerers never do anything at random. If you've gotten in the way or tried to weave drama or bullshit, you can expect to receive the same subversive bullshit. You can expect to be held accountable for your actions and words, and even receiving the same spiritual warfare you attempted to pay our way. So, if it gets in the way of our teachings and what we want to do, you're gonna pay for that shit talk. Talk shit, get hit. That's the way shit works. You're going to be exposed and mentioned and probably continue to be mentioned if you do the same shit. So remember, we're fucking trying to teach. Hopefully for your fucking sake, you don't choose the path that every other jackass has and try to subjugate the knowledge that we intend to bring. So let's hope not. I'll see everyone next video.